Have you needed to write a speech and wondered where to start from? In this video, I'm going to tell you the 5 simple steps you need to follow to prepare a powerful speech and deliver it effectively. Howdy, good people. Welcome to this channel where we share fluency and affluency nuggets in sequence. Always remember to save every video starting with this one. Let's get into it. Someone has invited you that you're going to speak, or someone has told you, your boss, your client, maybe it could even be in a lecture room. You've been told that you're going to deliver a presentation. Where do you start from? The 5 steps begin with step number 1. Step number 1 is think. Here we are going to think. And what do I mean when I say think? There are 3 major factors that always influence almost everything when it comes to public speaking. Number 1, I want you to think about the occasion. Where are you going to speak? Is it a barrier, a graduation, a wedding, a workshop, a conference? Number 2, the moment you consider the event at which you're going to speak, I want you to consider the audience. Who is in your audience? The demographics and psychographics. What do they desire? What are their fears? What are their interests? What are they aspiring to? And lastly, I want you to think about the objective. Why are you going to speak to these people? The occasion will determine the audience, and both the occasion and the audience are likely to determine the objective. The moment you know these things, it will be easy for you to choose the subject, to choose the material you're going to use, to choose the theme, etc. Now, me, I'm a very structured person when it comes to public speaking, so I usually write down these things as I think. If you do not understand these things, it means you are going to prepare an irrelevant speech, but also you're going to struggle when it comes to the next steps. So after you consider these 3, I want you to go to step number 2, which is focus. Focus. Your mind could be everywhere, but at this point, I want you to choose exactly what do you want to say in brief. So summarize your message in one sentence. One sentence. For instance, it could be that you're going to say public speaking is key to professional development because it enables leadership, it connects teams, and it influences decisions. That would mean that your whole presentation, as you prepare the next step where we're going to prepare the presentation, you're going to be influenced by this statement because it summarizes everything that you want to say. Usually it has the key point and the supporting ideas. In this case, it was public speaking is key to professional development. And the supporting ideas were because it enables leadership, connects teams, and influences decisions. Now, after you focus, this is the next step. Let's build. Now, let's build your presentation. Let's build your body. This majorly focuses on your body. Someone is going to ask me, but we've not introduced yet. Kakana, relax. What do we consider under building? Number 1, you're going to start with soliciting. I'm going to talk about this in detail. Think about anything that comes to your mind relating to this subject, relating to this focus statement that you have written, and just list them down on a blank page. After you list down, now go to the next one, which we call scrap. Eliminate things that are not relevant or will not help you achieve your objective, or they are not relevant to the audience, or they are unfit for the occasion. They could be very important, but not for the occasion, not for the audience, and not for the objective. After scrapping off, we are going to go to selecting. Now, select ideas or anything that came to your mind that you feel like is very relevant to the subject matter, to the occasion. After you select, the next thing is going to be organizing. We are going to put this into something that makes sense, what we call structuring. What do we do here? you get points and cluster them into different categories. I'm going to talk about this in the next video. That's why I told you at the start that our videos are usually in sequence. Save this one so that you can watch the next one. Should you get realize that you've forgotten something, come back to this video and watch it. After structuring, now support them. Supporting means you could have structured your key point and then sub points. Now support them with quotes, definition, descriptions, explanations. Don't worry, I'm going to explain that in the next video. Now, after building, we are going to shape. This is the point where you add an introduction and a conclusion. Why do we do this at the end? Because you want to make sure that your introduction informs the body. If you don't have the body, then you're going to be curtailed. You're going to be fixed by the introduction. You may actually create an irrelevant introduction. But also the conclusion, it usually summarizes what was in the body. What are you summarizing that you don't have yet? First come up with the body, then create an introduction and create a conclusion. An introduction is not just a hook. An introduction is not just the focus statement or the thesis statement. We are going to also look at the introduction and the conclusion in details in the next videos. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we practice. Now, at practicing, I usually want you to work on 5 things. Number 1, I want you to think of where you need to pause, where you need to pace down or pace up. I need you to think of variations or modulations in voices. Where are you going to be a little low and where are you going to raise your voice? And lastly, no, second last, I want you to think about your expressions, your body expressions. Are you going to illustrate something? Are you going to use a presentation aid? Are you going to do particular hand gestures on a particular point? And lastly, my friends, recover. As you are rehearsing, think about your strategy for recovering when you're lost or when you feel like disorganized. How do you get back to the point? All those tips I'm going to give you in the next videos. But for now, you may already know how to do these things. I was just telling you what to consider. And my students in the Fluency 101 program usually ask me, how many times should we practice? Until when you are ready. Whether it takes 1 time, 4 times. Personally, I rehearse on average 4 times if it's a keynote speech, 4 to 11 times. I was reading a book called Talk Like TED, and there are different speakers that have been profiled, international speakers profiled, who shared that they rehearsed their TEDx presentations 150 times, 200 times, 70 times. Now you and me, who are amateurs, you want to prepare. Actually, you don't want to prepare at all. You just outline and you think you're ready. If you want to be exceptional, rehearse your presentation. Rehearse, and I'm going to give you details how to rehearse your presentation soon. For now, I want to interest you in something very interesting. It is free. I've created for you a Fear to Fluency guidebook, which has a guide on how to overcome the fear of public speaking and also speech templates of all types of speeches. And this same guidebook, if you get it, it gives you access to our weekly free masterclass. Now, if you're interested in this, all you have to do, click the sign up button above my name if you're watching this video on TikTok. But if you're on YouTube, all you have to do, go in the description and find the link. Otherwise, remember, on this channel, we believe that knowledge is capital. If shared, it increases income, impact, and influence. Share this video and see you in the next one.